Howdy, assholes! Are you 13? Are you? Well, let me tell you something. If you're 13 years old or older, sit back, grab yourself some popcorn, enjoy the show. You're allowed to stay. But if you're not 13, get the fuck out. Right now. This show is not for you. It is not for children. It is for adults and young adults, and you should go ask your parents why they suck at their job because they're letting YouTube raise their kid. So yeah, go do that. Come back when you're 13. Enough said.
Well, shit, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all thought the last Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla was good. But goddamn. Oh, this is how it's done. Oh, hell yeah, let's get started here. So, Noah, we are about to review Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla from 1993. I personally
I'm fucking dying.
What?
I'm fucking dying.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, bro. Alright, I can, for one, personally say I'm excited for this film. Are you excited, Noah? Or are you just too in pain to care?
I'm excited, but I'm just in fucking pain.
Alright, I'm sorry, bro. Okay. Do you want to carry on, or do we have to reschedule this?
Let's get through it.
Alrighty. Alright. First things first, before we move on, just marvel at this poster. My god. Yuji Sakai, my man, you are just... Oh my... Muy caliente. Noah, your opinion?
I fucking love it. Gonna be honest, this is probably my favorite poster out of the entire Heisei era. God damn, it's just handled well.
Okay. Well, we will be talking
Even
about
though-
the Yuji Sakai posters when we do the Heisei recap, so I guess that's a spoiler alert for what's coming.
Even though I will say this poster is kind of, well, you could say in a way, false advertising.
Yeah.
Because Mechagodzilla does not look like that at all.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. If y'all do want anything to put on your shelf that resembles that Mechagodzilla, SH Monster Arts has released a action figure, basically specifically designed to be the Mechagodzilla from that poster, and it's not a bad figure. It just could have been better. So, but yeah, we're getting off topic. So yeah, Noah, are you ready?
Yes. I'm sad I can't be loud anymore.
Oh, it's fine. You'll be fine. Alright. So Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 1993. First of all, we got director Takeo Okawara, returning from Godzilla vs. Mothra: The Battle for Earth. And thank God he actually does a good job with the film this time. We got Masahiro Takashima as Kazama Aoki. We got Ryoko Sano as Azusa Gojo. We got Megumi Odaka as Miki Sagusa. And we also got Yusuke Kawazu as Professor Ohame. Ohme? Omai?
I'm gonna say oh my.
That fucker! And we got Akira Nakao as General Aso. We got Kenji Sahara as Segawa. We got Daijiro Harada as Takuya Sasaki. We got Koichi Ueda as General Hyodo. We got Leo Menegatti as Dr. Asimov. Andrew Smith as Andrew Johnson. Shelley
Creative.
What?
That's a very creative name there, don't you think?
I'm gonna go ahead and plead the fifth on that one.
Andrew Smith as Andrew Johnson.
Yes, I know. I'm not saying that
Very
it's a
creative,
groundbreaking
co-host.
name. We also got Shelley Sweeney as Catherine Berger. I'm not gonna question it. And then we also got our returning boy for the Heisei films, Kenpachiro Satsuma as Godzilla. We got Wataru Fukuda as Mechagodzilla, and Hurricane Ryu as Baby Godzilla. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, once again, just like Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla vs. Mothra before it, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 brings back Mechagodzilla purely for profit, even though, if you ask me, this is easily one of the better Heisei films there is, and no, it's not just because of Mechagodzilla. We will talk about that here in a minute, but, Noah, are you ready for the rundown of this film?
Yep.
So then, in the aftermath of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, the United Nations made the UNGCC, the United Nations Godzilla Countermeasures Center. And using their resources and their newly established G-Force military branch that they have pretty much in every country, they have salvaged the remains of Mecha King Ghidorah, the robot from the future, as they call it. And using its
The movie
remains...
continuity.
What?
Movie continuity.
Yes, exactly, and damn good movie continuity, too. And yeah, they decide to use the remains of Mecha King Ghidorah to build another machine capable of fighting Godzilla, the Mechagodzilla. Cue the music! However, things are not as simple as they seem, as it gets complicated when a team of scientists discover an egg on Onda Island that they initially think is a dead pteranodon egg. However, they also find another egg that is already busted open. And so they take the egg, and after a pretty quick but kick-ass battle between Godzilla and Rodan, of all kaiju in this film, yeah, they actually end up taking the egg back to the mainland. Once again! If you know there are giant monsters in this goddamn world and you know that they value these items, why would you take them to heavily populated human city center?
This is why curiosity killed the cat.
Exactly, yes, thank you. Yes, exactly, Noah. And yeah, turns out that this egg was a parasite egg, as it does not actually belong to Rodan or any of his species. It actually belongs to a subspecies, or perhaps not a subspecies of Godzilla, as, yeah, the little shit hatches and it's a baby Godzilla, or a baby member of Godzilla's species. And so, yes, now our entire story revolves around this child, as not only are Godzilla and Rodan trying to find and protect the child, but the Japanese government wants to use the baby to try and kill Godzilla. Jesus Christ in a holy handbasket, Noah, what the hell is going on?
Kind of a clever way to actually make the baby relevant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm not saying that the movie's bad, bro. In fact, I'm saying quite the opposite, but just the fact that all this could have been avoided if these stupid fuckers would have just left the child on the island. Just saying.
Why am I getting Mandalorian flashbacks? The child!
Probably because Mandalorian has a lot in common with this film, where everything revolves around the fucking Jedi, baby.
The child!
Yep. Anyways, so now, let's go ahead and talk about this film. Noah, which do you want to cover first? The human aspect or the monster aspect? I will go ahead and spoil things for you right now. both sides of the story are both equally as interesting as each other.
I'm gonna say let's go with the human aspect first, because in my eyes, the kaiju here is actually more. I like the kaiju aspect far more. Just
Well,
in
yeah,
general.
everyone does. It's the part where we get giant radioactive dinosaurs punching each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, alright, let's talk about the humans first. First of all, I can't really say that, the actors in the prior films didn't enjoy their roles, but I can say that for the first time in, the last two movies, that the human actors are giving their all when it comes to their performance. And I can confidently say that the material they're given is actually really entertaining. And, honestly, I think the human aspect of this film, purposely goes out of its way, to make you question your morality. Because, straight up, we have two sides of the coin. The Japanese government, which wants to use the baby Godzilla to kill his adopted dad, which, by the way, it is confirmed, this baby Godzilla is not biologically related to Godzilla. Then there's also the people who found the baby Godzilla who don't want any of that for him, and they just want the baby Godzilla to grow up safe and happy. And that can't happen if the Japanese government goes through with their plan. So, I really like the way they set up the human aspect of this film, because it genuinely makes you, freaking question human morality and human, it genuinely just makes you question a lot of shit that the so-called protagonists of the film have to, do. Which, that's another thing. This, I think, is the first Godzilla movie where there is no clear, definitive antagonist. There's no, straight-up villain in this movie. And we'll talk more about that when we get to the monsters. But overall, yeah, dude, I really like the way that the human aspect of the film was handled. And I really enjoy, watching the characters interact. And I think that the way they set it up, actually benefits the monster action itself a hell of a lot more. And speaking of monster action, now if you had to describe the kaiju fighting and action in this film in one word, what would it be?
Hold on, let me think.
This is gonna be 2 words, but fuck it. Bloody awesome.
Alright! Fair enough. It's too good, you can't follow the rules. I like it. Alrighty, let's talk about the monster action. First of all, let's talk about the point I brought up earlier. There is no definitive villain in this film. Obviously, Mechagodzilla isn't the villain because he's controlled by the Japanese government, and the Japanese government still wants to kill Godzilla, not because Godzilla's doing anything wrong anymore, but because they fear him. And unfortunately, that is how human nature just forces people to react. But actually, the closest thing that resembles a villain in this movie is Rodan. And frankly, I just don't think he qualifies because, one, he's not in the movie enough to qualify as a villain. Two, he doesn't have malicious intent. And three, he just doesn't act like he's any sort of, obviously he has higher thinking than a normal animal, but he doesn't seem as though he's any sort of, creature that can be inherently fallible, in the way that a villain would be. And now talking about the designs for these two, Rodan looks fucking legendary, dude. I love the way they made Rodan in this film. He looks amazing. The way he moves and acts is amazing. And the power boost he gets towards the end of the movie, I really like the way they wrote that, and I think that it was one of the better parts of the film. Now, really the only downside to the monster action. Mechagodzilla's design. Mechagodzilla, he doesn't look bad, but just look at the face. That doesn't look like, it doesn't have any personality, and it just looks, honestly, it looks dopey. It just doesn't look right. I don't know what it is, just his head for me just looks really stupid. That being said, however, Mechagodzilla himself is a goddamn unit in this movie. You thought Mechagodzilla was packing heat in the 70s? Good God, this man has an arsenal in this film. He has paralyzer missiles. He has standard missiles. He has a shock anchor, which can literally penetrate into another kaiju's flesh and then deliver lethal shocks to their internal organs. He has his Mega Buster. He has eye lasers. He has the ability to fly, and he also has his G-Crusher cannon, oh my God, what is that thing made of? And then there's also his armor. Mechagodzilla's armor in this movie is specifically heat resistant, which, honestly, they did miss out on an opportunity to make Godzilla seem as though he can adapt to his environment when fighting Mechagodzilla. But, whatever. All things considered, that's a minor flaw. And, yeah, Mechagodzilla can straight up absorb and or deflect Godzilla's atomic heat ray, rendering it basically useless. And as if that wasn't enough, Mechagodzilla also has a backup unit that can literally attach to him called the Garuda that can transform him into a Super Mechagodzilla, which not only adds 2 more massive maser guns to his shoulders, but according to movie logic, can give him super speed now. Okay. Okay, that's not the weirdest thing we've seen in Godzilla, so I'm okay with that. And now, easily the best part of the monster action and the movie for me as a whole. The story of Godzilla and the baby Godzilla. My God, Noah. I've felt emotional for the King of the Monsters before, but this is the first time that a Godzilla movie has ever genuinely made me cry for the King of the Monsters. And I'll talk about why in just a minute. First of all, baby Godzilla. His design is awesome, and he looks perfect for the role. Much, much better than Donkey Face over here. And honestly, the way he's incorporated into the story, I think it is ingenious, but at the same time, it's also kind of forced in some places, but that's not a bad thing. And then there's Godzilla. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, so Godzilla, I'm saying this right now. Godzilla has more character development in this film than any of the prior films before, and that includes all of the Showa series put together. God damn, is his story in this film inspirational and just flat sad at some points. The best example of this is the point that changed Godzilla forever in the Heisei series. There's a scene where Godzilla, basically Godzilla has to go out and find baby Godzilla, obviously. And then once he does find baby Godzilla, there's a scene that, I already said it before, it made me cry. This is the moment that Godzilla changed forever. Godzilla before this, he would always, whenever he would go to cities and shit like that, he would always be like, oh yeah, whatever, these humans, and you can't really fault him for what I'm about to say here, because one, Godzilla's constantly being shot at by humans, he's constantly being attacked. Two, He's 100 meters tall, so how the hell is he supposed to walk down a city street without blowing shit up? And third, I don't give a fuck who you are. You can act like you're the toughest son of a bitch alive if you want. I don't give a fuck. If your family member, or someone you believe is your family member, is in danger, I don't care what you say. You are going to kill for them. And you are going to fight. I don't see how Godzilla's in the wrong here. So fuck off, and I don't give a shit about what any of you say. And then, yeah, as I was saying, this scene, for the first time ever, Godzilla is forced to question his own morality. Before this, Godzilla would just be walking through cities and he would kill thousands of people and he'd be like, whatever, they attacked me anyways, might as well get some payback. And he really didn't care about humans at this point. He figured they were just insignificant ants that didn't need to have any attention paid to them. But then, when he is standing above the building with the baby Godzilla in it, for the first time ever, Godzilla understands why humans are constantly attacking him, because straight up, he hears the baby Godzilla crying and basically cowering in fear over this immensely powerful and giant threat. And as a result, the baby Godzilla makes Godzilla realize that, yeah, humans have been dicks to him, but it's not because they hate him, it's because they fear him. And this genuinely made me cry for the King of the Monsters, because he leaves without the baby, and he's forced to go and reflect on a lot of shit that he's done in his life. And obviously this story isn't as emotional as a lot of other superhero stories, but it is still damn good writing. And then it all culminates in the end, when Godzilla has his final battle with Mechagodzilla, and he must protect the child at all costs. Keep in mind, at this point, I still don't think Godzilla would have went out of his way to protect humans, but he definitely respects them more than he ever has. So yeah, Noah, what did you think?
No, I don't think I can actually speak, man. I can't. My throat really hurts.
Okay. Well, after this, you go ahead and go get some rest, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, this movie has so much character growth for both sides, on both the monster action and the human side, and I just love it. I absolutely adore this film, and I hope that one day we can get a Godzilla movie as high quality as this one. In my opinion, I think that, yep, screw it. I'm just going full tilt with this. I think this is the best Godzilla movie ever made. And I'm not even going to lie about that. So, Noah, who would you recommend watch this movie? What audiences?
Maybe, I'd say adults would actually enjoy this one, and also probably children as well, because they'll probably like Baby.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, if I had to pick an audience that would be specifically, inclined to watch this movie, there's actually a bunch of them. First of all, once again, action movie fans, because there is a ton of action in this film. Second of all, hardcore Godzilla fans. I believe that they are gonna be easily, I believe that hardcore Godzilla fans would be absolutely enthralled with the movie and, the story on display here. And then, I also believe that, to a somewhat lesser degree, sci-fi fans, obviously still science fiction fans, because, you know, it's Godzilla. none of this shit is, like, ever really gonna happen, but it is somewhat grounded in reality with the scientific explanations and shit like that. And yeah, that's who I would recommend this film to. So yeah, Noah? Yeah, don't even speak, bro. You're not okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, that's gonna be it. You go get yourself some rest, and join us tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, when we take a look at Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. And as a matter of fact, Noah, do you want me to go ahead and record Godzilla versus Space Godzilla without you so you can, rest your throat?
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
Alright,
Because I won't be able to talk much.
alright. Bro, you go get some rest, man. You don't sound good at all. I'll talk to you tomorrow, man. And for the rest of you guys, absolutely watch this movie and just enjoy the fuck out of it because it's amazing. See y'all on the flip side.
Alright, y'all know the drill. Like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Y'all want more videos, right? More kick-ass shit? Well, good, because I want more views. Let's help each other on this.